when a woman gets distant with you, it's rarely sudden or out of nowhere. It's typically a final chapter to a story she's been trying to tell you for months. Typically, when a woman pulls away, when she gives up on you, whenever she goes cold, that's not something that just happens. That's something that she's been trying to signal to you, plead with you to understand, hint, or verbally, non-verbally communicate some kind of way. I've never seen it where a woman pulls away for good, shuts down for good, and it was literally sudden. So to any man, you got a woman that done went distant or cold on you, I'm telling you right now, no. That's the final chapter in the story she's been trying to tell you for months. I say this because I got a heartbreaking email. And honestly, I guess I shouldn't be heartbroken for him, but my heart just went out to him because the dude was sitting there pleading page after page after page about how to get his girl back because she done went shut down and it seemed like it's for good this time and da-da-da. Just him saying for this time, let me know this wasn't the first time, but nonetheless, same situation. I done seen a million times over. It's like we don't like to do preventative measures. We like to do damage control, but sometimes apologies can't even fix the damage you done caused, depending on what it is. So you got to know what it looked like when a woman is giving up on you before she done gave up, before she done came to that conclusion. Like because the harder she loved, I'm guaranteeing you right now, the harder she tried not to even get to that point. Women who truly love, women who truly give their heart, they don't like to turn it on and off. That's not how a woman's heart is set up. The woman that just like can pick up and don't care, just come right back and everything's good. She probably didn't care about you to begin with. Y'all will be dealing with women. Y'all want their all to be invested. Y'all want them to give everything. Y'all want them to be 10 toes down, head first. Drop them on their head and just say, hey, let me pick you right back up. Like nothing happened. And it's funny because we claim to be the logical ones. I'm telling you right now, there's a progressive journey of a woman who is saying, I'm done with the relationship and actually done. I ain't talking about ultimatums. I ain't talking about threats. I'm talking, especially if she go quiet. And that silence is not empty. If a woman go quiet on you, that silence is not empty. It is full of everything you have refused to listen to. You used to have a best friend. You used to have somebody, y'all used to talk for hours, or they didn't have to tell her to stop nagging you, or, because she just wanted to include you in everything and talk to you about everything, share all her personal victories and everything else. Now you notice that she go to work, come back home, and she don't even talk about what happened in the day. She ain't complaining about nothing in the day. She ain't got no workplace tea to share with you or nothing. That should be your first sign right there, that she is giving up on you. When she starts getting quiet, she's starting to starve the friendship. And I'm going to tell you something. The dudes get mad with me. Okay, like I said, let me back up a little bit. Because the brother sent me an email. I don't even know how he came across this webinar, but I'm glad he did. It was a seven traps empaths must avoid. So he sent me an email right after. I read them all. If you watch through to the end of any of my webinars, I read them all. So he asked me how to get his girl back, gave me all of this stuff. And all of the stuff was all of the things that he did, by the way. Let's just keep going. And then was like, well, shoot, because I'm responding to him like, brother, you said this ain't the first time. I'm telling you right now, you probably done ran out of lives. You thought you had 9 lives like a cat. That's not how this go. You don't get to decide when the last one is the last one, but it's over with. But why, if she was giving up, if she was done, if she was pulling away, why didn't she just leave? Why didn't she just leave? Because a lot of times when a woman is used to fighting for everything that she's ever gotten, she equally has a difficult time giving up when it's really over. Just like a fighter, she has a very difficult time leaving and walking away because it feels too much like giving up. But that don't stop her heart from giving up on you. That's why she ain't just leave. Like she really was fighting. She really was trying. And you had a chance to stop it from getting to that point. But you didn't recognize the signs. Or you didn't acknowledge them as being real. Or you thought she was just bluffing. Or you thought you can get her right back. You buy her something or somehow swindle her into having sex to try to get her redigmatized or try to talk to her friend. Hey, look, it don't work not for every woman. And so when she get to that point where she either quiet with you or she's keeping it surface level with you, she's keeping you at a safe zone. She's keeping you at a place where it's safe. that means she's already let you in whatever way, whatever level of friendship, relationship, bond that she thought y'all had, you wasn't honoring that. And the pain from what you didn't honor pushed her back and said, hold on, maybe I can be here. Now, I'm not saying this is all happening on a conscious level. More than likely, it's happening at a subconscious level. She may not even realize she's doing it. It's just like when a woman is in a toxic relationship and her friends can notice there are differences with this woman, and she don't even recognize it. It's just like if you ever seen a kid, that was once a bright little shiny star and now he ain't the same in school, he don't even recognize it. Like sometimes it takes an outside person to really see it. Unfortunately, you're the outside person and you're getting pushed further and further outside the longer that you go, taking it for granted. Now, of course, if you continue, she's going to end up building a parallel life that don't include you. It's not intertwined with you. She's going to build a parallel life where you're not that friend to her no more. She's going to practice not having your presence because on some level, your presence was hurtful whenever she did have it. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's one sign that she's giving up on you. Another sign is whenever, for major life decisions or travel plans, you notice she's not considering y'all plans no more. She's not considering what you're doing. She's making a plan for the next 5 years, 3 years, 10 years, and it don't include you. It ain't that she's just newly independent. Her independence isn't new. She's now at the point where she's just going to stop pretending to need you. And I think we need to understand that when a woman expresses a deep level of desire or value, yes, that's a need, but it ain't really a need. Can we keep it real? It's not a need. It's saying, I have this level of desire for you, respect for you, honor for you. So I'm going to allow you to play such a major role in my life, and I'm going to reciprocate with such appreciation expressed to you that by all measures, it's right there. It's right up there with need. But in a literal sense of need, like she can't function without you. I'm telling you right now, no woman actually needs a man. And the only reason why I say that, because as a man, I love to feel needed. I love to feel desired, just like any other man. But I've seen so many women in a situation where they needed a man or the man thought that the woman needed them. And they cut that man out of their life and they glowed up like never before. I've seen it over and over again. So if she stopped making career moves with you in mind, travel plans with you in mind, she don't even talk about, she don't even want your input about where you want to live in the future or what you think you might do and how that's going to impact her in the house. I'm telling you right now, she's already creating a level of obsolescence. She's already creating a level of obsolescence. She's making the relationship obsolete. Again, even at a subconscious level. So that she can learn and she can practice thriving again, but this time without compromising her aspirations. Even if she's not trying to do it on purpose. And sometimes a woman may realize it's happening, but they're even saying, well, it's at least giving them a chance. Who knows? It could turn around. But I got to go into protective mode now. Another way that you know that woman is giving up on you is if all of that spontaneity, all of those last minute plans, she ain't accommodating no more. She ain't dropping everything in her schedule to come and do whatever you talking about or to meet your physical needs. She ain't doing that no more. And it's not that her standards have changed, it's that she's done lowering them. But when she starts growing an intolerance for a lot of the last minute things you want to do because it came off inconsiderate whenever you were doing them, she is giving up on you. She is giving up on you. She made enough exceptions. She bent enough rules. She bent over backwards. You wanted her to break. She is now giving up on you. And if you allow this to continue without you getting a real understanding of what she needs from you and how you can get things back on track, at some point, these dynamics are going to become permanent. Because she's realized her worth isn't negotiable. And she's going to start acting accordingly. I'm telling you right now, if she stops, here's another sign. If she stops initiating the hard conversations, if she stops being the one to break the ice whenever you shut down and go cold on her. She's giving up. Am I speaking facts? Somebody let me know if I'm speaking facts. Ladies, because men always like to come at me like I'm not one of them, like I'm I'm trying to help us. Because, you know, I'm a hater and I'm a this and I'm a that until you're trying to get your girl back. I'm all this, that, and the other until you're trying to get your girl back. Then now you want to listen. But there's some guys here who still got a chance. Ladies, if I'm speaking facts, let me know I'm speaking facts down in the comments. You shut down. You think you're going to ice her out. You think you're going to stonewall her. You're not doing this because you in protective mode. You're doing this because you think you can teach her a lesson and manipulate her. And now you notice that she ain't the one coming knocking on your door or blowing up your phone or texting you over and over and over and over and over and over again, trying to see what's wrong. You notice that she ain't doing that no more. She giving up on you. When she get to that point where she say to herself, all right, stay mad. Stay mad. Whatever, stay mad. And she don't just say it. She stand on business. She is giving up on you. She ain't even going to allow herself to get her expectations up of your conflict resolution just to get disappointed all over again. And if you ignore this for too long, you're suddenly going to end up with her leaving or walking away, and it's going to feel like, oh, what happened? This was out of nowhere. The whole time there was a pileup, there was a buildup of unaddressed issues. But you always made it her responsibility to come to you to fix. When at minimum, both of y'all were wrong. And a lot of times you were wrong. But nobody wants to be the one continuing to start the conflict resolution over and over and over again. You pretended to not care for so long, she went ahead and just matched your energy for good. They're going to call me all kind of names. I don't care. Some of them ain't going to like me no way. Some of them don't like themselves. So I might as well tell the truth. And one more sign that a woman is giving up on you is if you notice that she's putting a lot more time into her self-care. Now that's good, right? That's good. Let me just give a little disclaimer. That's good. She's taking better care of herself. She's spending more time with herself in prayer and meditation and just investing in herself, maybe with her friends. And nothing wrong with that. But if you notice that she all of a sudden starts doing that, and she's using that exact same energy that she once was trying to use to spend with you. She was trying to use it, go on dates with you. She was trying to use it to have intimacy that wasn't just sexual, to spend more time, to try new things. She was trying to use that energy with you. Now you notice that she's reinvesting that energy she once was trying to use with you, but you turned it into energy she just spent begging and being disappointed and being let down and being rejected. So she's taken that energy and now reinvested that into herself. She's giving up on you. She taking up new goals and, you know, she's setting new, you know, the benchmarks for herself. Maybe she's trying to get in shape or something like that. She's putting all that energy. I'm not saying she just want to go, hey, I want to take better care of myself. I want to level up. I'm talking about, you know, there's a direct correlation between how much less begging and waiting around is she doing for you and all the things that she wants to do in a relationship. And now all of a sudden there's more energy being put into the things she's doing for herself or with those that love and support her. She's giving up on you. She's reprioritizing. And eventually, if you ignore this for too long, there's going to be a complete withdrawal from you. It's going to be a complete reinvestment. Again, this is more like the probation. Because she could have just left. But whenever a woman is all in, it's very difficult. Even if the relationship is toxic, for her to just leave. But if this is really a good woman, like one of one, you better know the signs of a woman who's giving up on you before it's too late. Now, what I have noticed is that a lot of women, they'll give up on a man. It'll be too little, too late for him to come back. But then they'll still be impacted by the time that they allowed that man to overstay his welcome in their life. Typically, these are empaths, and they end up on one or two extremes. Either they end up on the extreme of, I need to hurry up and get with somebody else because, you know, it's just so hard to be without that person. Or they end up on the space of, I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to open my heart to anybody. And that always tells me like, oh, you got caught in that trap. As an empath, you got caught in that trap because that's one of the consequences of getting caught in the traps that are set for empaths, particularly women who lead with their heart, who lead with their own character, who project their own heart and values onto another person just to be disappointed that that person came with a whole different agenda from day one. And I dispelled those red flags, those traps in my free webinar, 7 Traps Empaths Must Never Ignore. If you missed it before, I put the link up one more time. It's down here in the comments. Click on that link, register so you can get the link sent to your email before it comes down. The link is also in the description or the caption, wherever the title is. I don't know if you guys can see it. But moral of the story is this. If you see those signs, especially if she's quiet, this ain't the start. This ain't the beginning. If you see those signs, this ain't the beginning. This is probably toward the end. But if you even got a chance, now is the time to put aside your ego, put aside your pride, get over how easy it was to get back in good graces with the last woman that didn't know her worth, or the woman before that that really didn't even care about you like that, but she did like that you spent a little money on her, so she was cool with coming back in with no problem. She wasn't that invested anyway. Forget, just unlearn whatever it is that you thought you knew about a woman in this situation, because if you're dealing with one that loved you and loved you for real, if she ever gets to the point where she pulls away her heart, it's gone, and it's gone for good. But those are just my thoughts. Now, if you agree with what I'm saying, you watching this, man or woman, all I ask is that you share it so we can share the truth amongst all this nonsense that got us so ignorant today. The little arrow should be somewhere. Share it on your page if you find anything that I had just said to be true. And if you want more, and you want more free content like this where I go much deeper, click the link that's pinned down here. You can get access to the free webinar, 7 Traps Empaths Must Never Ignore. I give you all the red signs, for those of y'all who are empaths especially, so you can protect your heart. There are empath predators out here. I talk about that as well in the free webinar that you need to watch out for. I give you the signs so you can avoid them at all costs. Protect your heart.